Hey, welcome to the channel. This is Gamed Out Gamer, and today, well, we have an unboxing here and comparison. The K70 Rapidfire by Corsair versus the Atari 1200 XL computer from 1983. There's my old K70, and well, it's the original K70. Just spilled water on it or something, tea or something. So, and the keys stick sometimes, so I had to get a new one. I do not recommend, if you already have a mechanical keyboard, these are probably not worth getting just for the upgrade. But, of course, the Atari being amazing. Actually, that's an antique computer. I ordered that last year. It does work, just the keyboard I need to do some repairing. A lot of those old computers now, the keyboards need repairing, servicing. So, actually, this one, nice, very nice keyboard on the 1200 XL. Very nice. This is the sound of the Corsair I have now, or the I've got rubber dampeners in the little O-rings in the Corsair. This is actually not mechanical. Very nice feel to it though. It's got I never saw one of these 1200 XLs till I bought it. I got it on eBay for around $80, and it does work. Except the keyboard I need to do some more work on. It's actually, the keyboard itself is fine physically. It's just underneath the circuit board. Anyway, really excited about these are made pretty nice condition actually. Has a cartridge port here in the side for the Atari. It's really rare. Here's the two joystick ports, power switch. It's not been used a whole lot. Very good condition. Really happy with it. I did have to do some cleaning. Alright, let's get back to the Corsair. Alright. Let's do this. Rapidfire. Now they have several different ones. There's the K70. Then they had the K70 RGB. I don't know if they make those original two anymore. Yeah, I think they do. Now they have the K70 Lux, which I think is just the fatter. See the font on the keys? Fatter. And then they have that's the K70 Lux. And then they have the K70 Lux RGB. And then the K70 Rapidfire here is like the Lux. But the Rapidfire is a shorter travel time. 1.2 millimeters versus 2 millimeters standard. It's an equivalent of the cherry red switches. So they say here the travel distance. People saying if you're purely for typing, it may not be good because if you make any mistake at all, it's just going to you're going to get a lot of mistypes with this sort of keyboard. Really for gaming, long gaming sessions, maybe less stress on your wrist or your fingers or whatever. So there's the back of the box anyway. Very cool. Alright, let's get to it. I was considering the there's another. I was going to get a tenkeyless, not the Corsair though. Gosh, I can't remember the name now. I'll put a text over. I was considering another one, tenkeyless, but I just got this in my local store, price matched Amazon. So I saved $20. And so there's the seal, is broken now. K70 Rapidfire. Let's see. Push the Atari. The 1200 XL was it was a failure for Atari. And just not at a good time, because the same year they had that extraterrestrial for the ET was one of the worst games for their console. Just Atari really had a bad year. Anyway, gosh, I can't get this. Let's try this upright. This thing is not wanting to come. It's locked. There we go. It's not how hard you pull. It's how you pull. We will compare it with the K70 I have. So there it is. I never cared for my K70. I didn't like the wrist rest. I think it's cheap junk. This is cheap plastic junk wrist rest. I mean, it'll work. I don't care for it. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's flimsy, and the two connections here on the underside where you connect it to the keyboard are very fragile. And if you pick up, you'll find you're picking up the keyboard and moving it around, and these will break. It's just cheap junk. This wrist rest. Get a cloth or beanbag wrist rest if you want a wrist rest. I found I've never been happy with any wrist rest, but here it is. It's got a texture. You know, it's rubberized a little bit on the top side. Again, I can just tell looking at this, it's junk. I don't care for this. These are gonna break. These no junk wrist rest. Okay, so the keyboard and it doesn't feel like a laptop keyboard or one of those, you know, super thin. Let's see here. I've already got the O-rings. I'm already used to short travel time on my other K70. But this saves you $20 or whatever for the O-rings. And it does come with some extra keys, WASDA, and probably 1 through 6 or something like that. Yeah, and a key pull tool, key puller right there under my thumb. Plastic. And it's wrapped in plastic here. I can remove this without damaging. Now, let's see how this goes. So here it is. Let's bring the brightness up so you can see. It's not quite as gray as, you know, I've really brought the camera brightness up quite a bit. Oh, it does. All mechanical except these are, I'm pretty sure these are membrane up here on the media. Yeah, the mute and the light LED control and Windows lock key will certainly be membrane. And then here's your volume adjust. Actually, this is a little more loose than my original case. I can feel it moves better. My case in '95, I had that as my first, is really stiff, and each model has been more loose. On the original K70, you can see the font is different on the keys. The sheath here of the braid or whatever is coming off. It's pulled out of the keyboard. I never did pull the plastic off that. It's a different, slightly different logo on the Corsair on the top, if you can tell. I guess I could pull this plastic off now, but I won't. I'll leave it. You'd have to pause the video to see a difference, maybe. Slightly different. The new one has like black in there. And now it's red. It's got the red, the connectors are different. It's the gray, the old ones were red rather. See, here's the old one. The old one is red, new one's like black and gray. I actually didn't care for the red. I like the black and gray a lot better. I'm sure they did that for aesthetic reasons. Because a lot of people want different colors other than black and red. So one's pass-through and one is for the keyboard. You can't plug a USB device into the keyboard and not use the pass-through. It will not just go through the keyboard proper. Now apparently these USB keyboards, if you're really picky about latency, keyboard latency, you probably want to go PS2. But a good PS2 keyboard for low latency. But I guess I'm not that picky. So anyway, here's the keyboard. It's textured. It does have a space bar, a light LED on the space bar, a small one. Here's the old one, or the new one. Here's the old. New, old. And this one might have O-rings. I'm pretty sure. I think the space bar. I know all the other keys I put O-rings. Maybe not the numeric. I'm not sure. I could do the key puller now. Anyway, old keyboard. Alright, my camera stops recording. I'll just do a little more sound comparison between the two keyboards, the two K70s here. Again, these are with O-rings up here, so it doesn't have a vanilla or stock sound or whatever you call it. Shift key. This has a nicer, kind of solid feel to it in a way. I like it. I like Enter is bigger here across. The font, I don't know how well you guys can see the font. I'll bring the brightness up just so you can see the font on the letters. All right, well, I'll plug it in now and we'll see. We'll take a look at it. Plug it into the Atari 1200. Not. All right, one moment. All right, so here we have both the new K70 and the old. The Rapidfire, the new one, is on top, and on the bottom I can see in the camera preview, I can see LED flicker. So that's good that the new one does not have that flicker. Certainly the backlighting is much better on the top one here in person. I don't know about on the camera. This is, okay, straight top down. It's a bigger difference seeing in person. The LCD screen only gives me so much. But it's brighter and bigger and thicker letters. I really like that. Especially I'm in my mid-40s now and my vision is going blurry and stuff. So I like the bigger. That's why I wanted the backlight. I didn't. And for another $30, I could have gotten the RGB. But for now, I'll just go with this. I remember the other keyboard that I thought was nicer. It's the Filco tenkeyless. The Filco, F-I-L-C-O. They're a really top premium keyboard. Probably better quality than this, but not backlit. So but it is tenkeyless, which can be really nice. But anyway, I don't have it. I didn't buy it. Would love to have a Filco. Anyway, so I think the backlighting is better on the K70 Lux, and this is equivalent to the Lux, just has a different switch. And this is equivalent to a K70 Lux as far as backlighting and keyboard and everything, just the switch is a little different. Alright, so there it is. This is blinking. I have it in BIOS mode. This annoying feature with the K70s, if it's not in, like you have the software, this blinking means it's in BIOS mode, and that blinking will go on all the time. I just ignored it. You can put tape over it. BIOS means it's more compatible with like Linux or a non-Windows OS, but even in Windows it'll do it if you don't. I think you have to load the software, and I don't have the Corsair software loaded on my machine right now, so it just blinked for a year and a half or whatever that I had it. Kind of annoying, right? Very annoying. Right now the Lux is not blinking. You can see not blinking, the white light, and I don't have the software on there. They're both plugged into the same computer right now. So, alright, so that's the backlight. Okay, just a quick note. I am noticing the shorter travel time. It's not when the key bottoms out. Well, that might be different too, but it certainly registers on my screen much sooner when it's pressed down. So great for gaming as far as latency and maybe having an edge in a game or something like that. When you have more, your game is responding more to what your fingers are, depressing the keys. So faster response time as far as that goes.